Hey guys, this is a general reading for Scorpio for, it's going to be like the end of February, March 2019 energy. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant Scorpio in your chart, if you're a cross watcher, if you're just drawn to this video. For more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate, please check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anything significant in your chart, or any of my other videos that either are out or will be coming out that resonate with you. This energy is fluid, so some, none, or all of it may apply. It could have already happened. It may be happening now. It could happen in the future. I could read it as you. It could be someone else close to you. I could read it as love. It could be career. So just apply it as necessary. Leave it if it doesn't fit. Like, don't try to make it fit. Just one or two more things, and then we'll get to your reading, just as far as like specials and information you may want to know about. In the month of February, if you pay in February 2019, if you basically get any service except for like the 30-minute 30-minute Reiki, you get with it a free chakra rebalancing and clearing, especially for like the tarot reading. So if you get one of those, you get that free with it, which is really good, because I've done 2 sessions on myself so far now, and I have other people have done it on. I just haven't done them yet because I'm going to put them all in one day when I do it. And it's really good because like I cleared a lot out of my sacral chakra, and I didn't realize how much energy that holds. And when it's not in balance there, it's like your chakra and your body takes energy just to try to get it aligned. It's like it makes it work harder. So when I cleared it out, I had so much more energy. So it was really crazy, the difference. So it's very beneficial. I highly recommend it, even if you don't want to get another service, but you just want the chakra rebalancing and clearing. I haven't added it to my description box yet, but it can come on its own, so email me if you're interested. Also, I have been guided to, as a way for me to give back, as thanks to my subscribers and everybody who's helped me along this journey, and also to help out the people who are going through a little bit of a rough time financially or whatever, that every month I'm going to do, until I'm guided otherwise, that I'm going to do one free reading a month. So how you get in the drawing for that is you put a comment in the video below, and you just some significant comment. I mean, it doesn't have to be long, but like not like a period or like bloop, like it has to at least be like a sentence or something. And after the month is over, I will randomly pull through the comments of the videos for the month that is listed on the title of the video, and I will let that person know, and they will get a free pre-recorded reading. This one right now, even though it's for the end of February and March, I'm going to put the title on it as March. So in knowing that, you guys don't have, this is technically a February energy as well, but, trying to think of how I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'll just let you know. So comment below on this video. But if you want to be in the running, if you see this during February, if you want to be in the running to possibly get a reading from the February month, go back to any of my other tarot videos for February that list February 2019 and put a comment. Something somewhat significant, but more than just a period, not something stupid. And then you'll be in the running for that. There's also a video about it if you're interested and you want to watch that. You can email me if you want. I may or may not be able to respond based on time. You need to leave a comment. I'm not pulling from emails. I'm pulling from the comments in the videos. So I'm only doing one a month. And it doesn't matter whose story is, whatever. I'm randomly pulling. So if you want to share with me, much love. I will read it and thank you for sharing. And if I have time, I'll respond. It does not increase your chances of winning or anything like that. So there's that. Thank you so much for those of you who have liked, share, comment, and subscribe. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. Also, people have inquired about stuff for like services, but donations as well. And thank you for those of you who have donated. All of the information, my PayPal address, my email address, the services, my prices, everything is in the description box below. Please read all of the stuff in my description box, including the disclaimer. A lot of people just find my email address and then they stop and then they email me. And they email me about the same stuff that's in the description box. So if you read it and you still have questions, absolutely email me. I am more than happy to help you, but it will save me time as well. And I have a lot of emails to sift through. So please save me that time if you can. If not, email me and I'll help you. But thank you for those who have donated again. That information is below, for the giving and the taking of the energy. Because everything right now that comes in monetary-wise to my channel, whether through services, donations, ads, just spreading the love of my channel, even liking it helps get the message out. All of that money goes right now towards healing myself and learning how to heal myself so that I could better heal other people. In March, I'll be doing Master Reiki. I already have Reiki 1 and 2, but the Masters to where I can teach it. I'll be doing my second direction in shaman training. I've already done my first. And it was extended. It was supposed to be this year, but in 2020, I'll be learning how to do plant spirit medicine. So all of which I can also do distant-wise. That, again, further helps heal me and helps heal other people because there's a lot of people going through things right now and, they need some help. So thank you very much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But let's get started on your reading. Thank you for those who have sat through all that. Scorpios. A little bit of your energy makes me want to cry. That doesn't mean that you want to cry. It may just be how I express whatever you're feeling. But maybe it's even in the sense of like sadness or remorse, maybe a little bittersweet or something type of feeling. I'm sorry if you don't like how much I say but it is what it is, guys, just to let you know. I have kind of a little bit of an excited feeling, but very nervous. I'm not sure if the excited is positive or not, but it's but at the same time trying to contain. So let's just get moving with your reading. And where you're sitting in the center of your reading is the Temperance card. So I don't want to really jump right away to Sagittarius, but I will say you have 2 cards right here with like what's crossing you as Sagittarius. So you very much might be dealing with a Sagittarius, just saying. So I don't know if you're trying to maintain balance. Probably. There's maybe a little bit of overindulgence issues in some way. I'll clarify on that. I don't want to just jump to that conclusion. At the very least, there's balance. There's a lot of things about balance here. Very, very much about balance. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little bit of 6. At least 5 or 6 cards here about balance. So either you're needing to balance yourself out or something in your situation. There may also be something that needs to be healed. But the Queen of Wands is crossing you. So I don't know if somebody who could be a Sag, could be Aries, Leo, Sag, could be any sign, but somebody who's kind of like a little bit more fiery in nature. Right now, they're looking away from you. Maybe even a little masculine, to be honest. A little masculine in their demeanor, very action oriented. That may be where the masculinity is also coming from. The cat I'm being drawn to looks very frazzled. I don't know if you can really see it, but its hair is like... So, I don't know if something's going on with you and this Queen of Wands or a Sagittarius, and that's why you're really trying to maintain balance right now. Really trying to stay grounded. There may be a lot of obstacles. Tell me about the Temperance card. I don't know if you're trying to look at the bright side of things or make things better. Really stay balanced and grounded. But let's just move on because I feel like it's going to come together anyways. It's something I feel like is being cut away. In the foundation of your reading, you have the Justice card. So again, another card about balance, making a decision. Some of you might be going through a divorce or something like that. Something with needing a decision to be made, or something with the court system, the justice system. Yeah, like, I think it was more like ended. There was a lot of arguments, frustration, some type of commitment, or more long-term type of thing. But something substantial either way going on. And I feel very much a decision or court type of vibe. Fairness. Maybe even needing to go to somebody else to help make a decision or an order, or, you know, fairness. That fairness may not be able to be had just between, like, you or you in the situation. Needing someone who could see things objectively. Because there's too much passion, which could be in a good way, or maybe at one time it was. Maybe this passion has now... That's the thing about passion. When you have a lot, it very quickly can turn not beneficial, and can turn then to like more of an anger type vibe. So there may be too much anger or too much hostility. Yeah, because I think you actually literally have that card. To be able to make a fair decision or make things right on your own. So you or someone else may be having to go to somebody else about this matter, whatever is going on. In your recent past, you have the 8 of Pentacles and you have the Page of Wands. So somebody definitely could have been working a lot. Working on something maybe of their own journey, of their own endeavor, maybe even something creative. Really trying to keep themselves focused. Because that's the other thing I got to when I was really focusing on your guys' energy was all the other stuff I said, but at the same time there was almost this blankness. This not being able to really, like, think, or not even not being able to, like, not wanting to. Not wanting to focus on what was going on. Wanting to focus on something else. It's like you'd almost rather stay blank-minded about this situation because maybe it might anger you so bad. Or get to you or upset you. That may even be like when I said about like sadness or bittersweet or whatever, may also be in a way of how you're expressing it is through anger. I find at least a lot of the Scorpios I know, that is one of their first initial emotions to react to is anger. or at least what's shown, should I say. Maybe you guys are so reserved that you also go through a lot of other ones, but really hold it in and don't show it. And the first one that pops out to be shown is anger. I don't know. And you're really trying to just keep yourself busy, keep yourself into other things and focused on other things. Distracted almost. But what is really on your mind is the Two of Cups. So it could be your own expansion. I'm not really getting that. I think it's mostly this connection or some type of connection, relationship, situationship, whatever. Yeah, like that it's just really a burden. There's a lot of obstacles. There's a lot of challenges. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Marriage card. And usually it's, like with the Mountain, like obstacles that seem hopeless or can't be overcome. So that might even be why there's kind of like that distracting yourself or the not wanting to think about it, is because you feel like it's something that will not or cannot get better. There's no point in thinking about it. In the likely future, you have the Ten of Swords. So the situation could possibly be done. Pretty sure it is. Hopefully this really means the mental anguish will be done. Show me about the Ten of Swords. Yeah. The situation will be cut away. It's the second time this came up. It will be cut away. And I'm not really sure. I'm almost wondering if, you know, you're not the one ending this. Or if at least your perception is kind of in a victim mentality about it. Because I feel like if you were the one who was like ending this and you were like more on board or happy with it, I do think you're somewhat on board about it because you're not wanting to think so much about it. Or maybe that's what you're working on over here is a new beginning with this situation. Maybe you were really trying, I don't know. But I feel like you wouldn't necessarily have this where you feel like somebody really stabbed you in the back and it was just the end of it, the end of you. Like you're just like, ugh, like you have nothing left to give. And plus in your likely outcome, it kind of exactly matches it. So either it's out of your control and you feel like you were backstabbed, or it was still in your control. I mean, usually most stuff is in our control, even if we don't see it that way. But you kind of have a victim mentality about it and you're seeing it like you're being like screwed over in some way. How you see yourself is the Knight of Swords. So, you know, you're definitely like angry or acting fast or just not happy, not calm. Or that's at least how you feel inside. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So you're all anxious. Like this is like family, but also sexuality. But I feel like family over, situation over, some type of tradition or commitment over. and it's like blown into like the dark part, like it's going into difficult energies. There may be a lot of, you know, fighting during this decision or court battle, a lot of anger or angry words, defending yourself. I feel like you're really, in a lot of ways, like shutting down. Like even if you're still acting, even if you're still doing stuff, in some way, energetically or whatever, you're shutting down and closing off. Like I just feel this of this energy, and normally I can feel your guys' energy more. And I just almost feel like this blankness. So maybe you want a blank slate, a clear slate, and you're just like, I just want to start over. And in some ways you don't. But I just feel this wanting to, almost like as if you weren't shelled enough. As if Scorpios didn't keep themselves shelled enough. You're almost, it's like if you could take your shell and grow it bigger and thicker and cover yourself even more, you would. You energetically actually are. But not for too long, I don't feel. Like, and the cards kind of support this, where there's, and maybe that's why you're trying to expand your energy to make it thicker, is because what's going on inside of you is bubbling more and more and more, to where it's almost like, oh, I've got to thicken it to like contain all of that that's bubbling, and you can't. It ends up coming out anyways. Just as a little heads up. What's in your environment? You have the 3 of Cups. So either someone around you, you either are wanting a reunion, or someone around you is doing a lot of partying, or socializing, or just having, you know, a lot of people, a lot of situations, or some type of partying or whatever. Tell me about the 3 of Cups. Or you are, and you're having this in your environment. I also hear gossiping too. So, there may be a lot of gossiping or talk going on. Whether it's you about somebody else, or somebody else about you, or both. Tell me about this 3 of Cups. Yeah, exactly. So clarifying that is the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is like a lot of conflict. Somebody or somebody's people having that type of attitude where it's like they don't care what they hurt or what they do. It's about winning it. It's about proving that you're right. It's about disarming the other people. It's to win, just to win. Either way, it's to win. Just not great energy. A lot of just talking crap, basically. That sucks. How your environment is viewing you is the 3 of Wands. So they could view you as turning your back on the situation. they could view you as either waiting for your ships to come in or, oh, that's funny, at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands again. Waiting for something to come in, or the grass is greener on the other side. It's like you're waiting on someone else. Either something else to blossom, a new opportunity. I think like a new love opportunity, which is funny actually because you have a lot here of possibly another situation coming. It could be the resurgence of this situation. I don't really get that. Maybe you could be waiting on this to get better. I don't really get that vibe. Yeah, that's crazy because... And you top up there, you have the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, and then here you are again. And then you have the Ten of Wands. So I don't know if you're waiting and thinking that this situation might get better. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. To clarify the Ten of Wands, you have the High Priestess and the Temperance again. Why the Ace of Cups? So, I think you're waiting on a new opportunity or something to come in to change things. But at the same time, you're not accepting anything to come in. You're not accepting it. You're not even looking at anything new opportunity. You're not even acknowledging any new opportunity to come in and change your life, change your perspective, or anything like that. You're staying with this burden. All these burdens and responsibilities that you have. And you're keeping just like chugging along and keeping your head in this bundle where you're not seeing. You're like trying not to see other things. It's almost like the safety of the devil that you know. Like you're already armored for the unfortunate stuff of this situation. You're already protected in a way. Like I said, I think you're like energetically on complete lockdown. So here's this. Because you're trying to keep balance. I think you have a lot of stuff brewing inside of you that is really wanting to come out. A lot of emotions, a lot of words, a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings. I want to say this. I don't want to go too much on you guys. I don't think, it really depends. But Scorpios really usually aren't one of those signs that, even women, that like a whole lot of advice or coaching or whatever. So I'll respect that. But I will say this. A lot of times Scorpios, from what I've seen, are one of those signs that the reason why a lot of people think that you guys have such chaos. I mean, you guys do like a little bit of chaos. So do other signs. But is that you guys can really come with some energy. And it can come out of nowhere. where you'll be like completely fine, and then like boom, there it is. And a lot of the reason for that is because of exactly this. Because, you know, you guys do have a lot of emotion. You do have a lot of depth. And it's deep. And a lot of times you guys see a lot of things and you know a lot of things. And you actually really, I really think you really don't actually want to hurt people. But a lot of times you get viewed like you can. Or you can go off on people, or you're just volatile or whatever, and it's really not. It's just that you guys didn't let people know sooner in a more balanced way when you weren't so far into it that you were able to say it more balanced, calm, collected, and a little bit more where the person would be able to be more receptive to it. It usually comes out like this, when it's just bubbled up so much that you can't contain it, and you're almost like, screw it, you don't care anymore, let it crumble. And it even feels so good. It's like that pain that feels so good when you're doing it. And so then you do it and it feels good, and then afterwards it's like it still feels good, but there is that little bittersweet that's like, well, I'm glad I did that, but I wish it didn't have to go exactly like that. And then you're just willing to build anew. And I just want to say, it doesn't have to exactly go that way. Eventually there has to be a learning from that, where you don't exactly have to burn stuff in order to release and have a rebirth. You could just do it sooner and not let it get quite so bad. Like, you can have that release all the time. So if you keep choosing to do it like this, after a while you are going to have to ask yourself, is there something about that dramatic release that is starting to trigger stuff for you after a while, almost in a addictive pattern, kind of self-sabotaging way, to where at some point you're going to have to look at it and be like, I don't want to have to do that anymore. And especially as you get older, when you're younger, you have more energy, you could burn more like that, you could rebuild easier and faster. As you get older, it gets harder to have that level of energy to do that. You may not want to do it now, but in the future, you may want to heed this advice and kind of do it a little bit sooner, so that you could still have that feeling good freedom thing and speaking your truth and being there, but not quite ruining the connections. Because at this point, it's not just going to be the connections you don't care about that you ruin. It might actually be the connections that you do care about as well. And I don't think Scorpios really want that. And I don't think it's fully fair either. Like, I don't think, you know, on one hand, some Scorpios really like being seen with that image. But eventually you're not going to want to, and some of them don't. And I really don't think it's that you guys... I mean, who am I kidding? Some of you do. Some of you do like hurting people like that, and some of you do like getting your revenge like that. So if you do, don't listen to me. Honestly, I don't think you'd even be watching this video if you were that type, so I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to keep going on that. You just may want to think about it. Don't wait until it just explodes. Because yes, that's where your whole death rebirth that is attached to Scorpio comes from. But eventually it is time to evolve in a way that you can evolve and grow and have the death and rebirth process without it being so chaotic on you or the people around you, because you're not going to be able to do that forever, and you're not going to want to do that forever. There's a better way of going about doing it. And it doesn't mean giving up your power either. An evolved Scorpio knows that their power does not come through that. They know they can go through that transition in different ways and have even more power. Only an unevolved Scorpio thinks it has to go that way to keep their power or to keep, you know, whatever, or to have that, whatever. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to leave that alone. So, either way, I think you're waiting for either something or someone new to come in, whether it's a revival of this situation and it gets better, or someone new to actually come in. But yet you're also blocking it out. Excuse me. In your hopes and fears, you have the King of Cups. So here you are. I mean, it's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but Scorpio. So, I mean, I think you do want to have more of an emotional balance. You want to feel more like yourself. More like yourself normally, or more like yourself before this just all took a hold of you and took hold of your life, and you found one day, like, what happened? Like, who am I? What is going on? Maybe you fear, you know, King of Cups a lot of times is very stoic, feels a lot of emotions, but doesn't really say very much. So maybe you either fear that or you do want that, but I think you just honestly want a level of balance. You know, maybe life has taught you, like, yo, you want chaos? Well, let's see how much you want chaos. And you're just like, okay, I'll take one for balance, please. Like, enough of the chaos. Because it's like, here you are right now. Like, this is you. This is your energy now. And I think you want to feel like you again. I mean, you realize the situation, stuff is always turbulent in life. It's not a bowl of cherries, you know, but you want to be able to have more balance and feel more like balance and more feel like you. Tell me about the King of Cups. Yeah. You want what you want back. Whatever that is. You have clarifying that. You have the Hierophant. And you have the Ten of Cups. This makes me want to cry again. So you either want this situation, and in the days when it was good and happy, some of you, it could be a Taurus. You've got quite a few Taurus cards here. And maybe you had happiness and balance with that person. But the Hierophant also stands for, maybe it's seeing the lessons to be happy too, but more the level of the tradition, the routine, the commitment of it, the family. So I think it's going to be different for everybody, but and this might either be one or it might be all. So I'm just going to say it. You apply it to whoever it applies or how it applies. To some degree, okay, so here's all your options. You want this situation to come back to what it was. That's what you'd ideally like, even though chances are you know it's not. You would like something back that you once had that gave you a level of happiness and balance. Or you would like something else to come in, or you would like something else to come in that brings you back again, this level of balance, commitment, tradition, happiness, family, whatever the 10 of Cups means to you. Maybe even a little bit of power back, control, order, wisdom, knowing what the heck is going on, feeling together, feeling like everything is the way it's supposed to be. Like everything is right in this world. Like the universe is conspiring for you instead of against you. I hope you don't feel that way. Know this is working out in the way it should for you, even though you don't see it now. But I'm not even sure, some of you might, but at this point, if you're even putting an image on it, you're just like, I know what I want. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it's going to come as. I don't know what face or whatever. But I know what I want, and I want this feeling of everything's right in the world. Everything's really the way I want it to be. And there's a level of kind of like just the tradition, the commitment, the togetherness, the vibe, the maybe even image, dare I say, the image, the what you've grown up thinking that you wanted, or that success looked like, or that happiness looks like. There's a lot of tradition stuff here looking like it's ruling you. Almost like a needing of to check your beliefs and maybe pop out of the matrix on that. And question what you really want and why you want it. Or even if you still do want this, you're not going to have this if you stay blocked off. Like, how are you supposed to get this situation? It's not going to be this. I don't even think you're accepting. I don't think you're accepting anything right now. It's like part of you is like, nope, and you're shut down. And the other part of you like made a wish and sent it off to God to just miraculously one day wake up and boom, done. There it is. New stuff or fixed in this, perception fixed, boom. Like almost like a, it's just either fixed and done, or like, boom, it brought you back in time. To where either something was happier for you and better for you at that time. Or maybe there's a little bit of you wish you could do something different. Like if you could go back in time. Either way, it's not going to happen, anything like that. So, we'll go on. There's a Justice card again on the bottom of the deck. You're really not liking what's happening to you right now, I don't think, and in your life. And it's really pissing you off. And really making you unbalanced. All I have to say is I really hope you get your perception fixed sometime soon. If you need help with this, let me know. With blocks, your perception, what to do with this, what's coming, if this situation applies to you. You know, with Uranus coming into your sign pretty much in the first of, no, I'm sorry, not in your sign, in Taurus, which is your opposite sign. I mean, that you're already feeling the energy of the energies of this, whether you realize or not. And Uranus is going to be in Taurus for like 7 to 8 years. So it's that type of energy where, okay, so it's the type of energy that you cannot control. So this is it's gonna suck it for you a little bit. Tauruses have totally had this lesson. They're still going through it now. So I'm a Taurus sun. Let me help you out here in case you haven't figured it out. Which you might. Usually Scorpios see a lot of stuff. But this might be a hard lesson because this is a type of energy you cannot control. It's not going to be your usual. It's not going to be your traditional. This is that type of energy that you have to learn to ride the roller coaster, ride the wave, just go with the flow, and appreciate the push that it gives you. I feel like you guys might actually get this a little bit easier than Tauruses. Because you are a water sign and waters can flow a little bit easier than, you know, Earth is very... So... And you guys have that whole death rebirth thing. I mean, anybody can do it, but you guys usually do it pretty darn well. So it might actually be somewhat easier. But this might actually be like a Uranus energy coming in and shaking some stuff up. So that you actually can have that which you want. I just don't know if it's going to look like or come or be in the way that you expect or that you want or that you can control. Or at least not control in your normal way. And it's, you know, especially if you become very resistant to it, it's going to suck a little bit. So I'm just saying. And I think you feel it. Like you've got over here in your likely future, you have the 10 of Swords. And in your likely outcome, you've got the 5 of Pentacles. So again, another Taurus card, but you've got the 5 of Pentacles. And so this is a little bit of maybe money issues. Could be health issues. Could be... no communication, being like kicked out, or, you know, not just having that comfort and that security, and that you're just out of your comfort zone. And then here it is again with your 2 of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles. So you have a lot of also Pentacle and earthy type sign energies. 3 of Pentacles. That's the one missing right here. You have 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 of Pentacles working together. You don't have the 3 of Pentacles in this little combo right here. So I'm not sure if you guys are having an issue working together with people or finding other like-minded people or even asking for help, which actually makes sense right here. A lot of Scorpios, so do Tauruses, have a lot of issues with asking for help. Like I said, you're shutting down. So I can kind of tell why you're not asking for help, but let's just see what the cards say. Why aren't Scorpios asking for help? Not sure if I'll come up with anything, but let's see. So first off, you don't want to seem like you don't have it in control. You don't want to seem like you don't have it together. You don't want to come across as inexperienced or not good enough, and you don't want to come across as vulnerable. You don't really want people really to see you without your show. I feel like when you uphold this image and you just stay more centered and gathered and logical and only speaking when you need to and reserving and holding back when you feel like it's not necessary, that it brings you greater abundance. It brings you more of what you want. It's worked for you thus far in your life. You've been able to get by fairly well, in your opinion. So why start now? And you want to be the one to be seen, like I said, that has it together and has everything. So you don't mind sometimes if people come to you for help, as long as it's not too excessive or they're not using you. But it's vulnerability and weakness and juvenile and inexperienced and not seen as successful. Before I go on, one thing I'd like to say on that. When I had my awakening, I tried to do it as long as I could on my own. And I got a decent amount far. And then I was quickly shown that I could no longer do it on my own. And I needed help. Because I was spiraling so fast. So I realized when I did finally reach out that it takes a really strong person to ask for help. It takes a stronger person to ask for help than somebody who's not willing to ask for help. It also takes a smarter person, because, you know, for one, that's a lot of internal strength to have to do that, especially if you're a fixed sign, which you are. But also, when you can ask for help and when you can receive help, you can not only get to where you want to be faster and more efficient, you can help other people in the process. But you can also get more than what you could have on your own. It builds strength, it builds connections, it builds networking and bridges and opportunities and power. So I hope at some point along your journey, some of you that are having a problem with that, you rethink that and look at what you do get out of asking for help, and don't think about what your perception or illusions tell you that you will lose by asking for help. Just saying. All right. So let's see where we want to go from here. So I think this is where it starts to come in with you accepting things your way. And there's some type of love, whether it's self-love, some type of relationship, some type of something. Now, for some of you, You're gonna have someone else come in that is almost gonna be one more lesson, if you will, one more of these, whatever this cycle is, something going on here, because there's something that you're supposed to be breaking out of. There's a new way coming for you. And some of you have already been through all of that and have really seen a lot of it. And you, it's time for something new. You've almost leveled up or progressed past, you know, the lesson or the issue of it. Some of you think you have, but you haven't really seen all the lessons or your part in it. So it'll either come again, or you're gonna like decide to like shut down or lock down and block things from coming your way. Meanwhile, not seeing what you're supposed to, so that this doesn't come anymore. So you have this card, which is acceptance of love, really wanted to come out. It was at the bottom of the deck. It was like, come out. I was like, whatever. Shuffled it. Didn't take it out. And lo and behold, it's the first card that comes out again. So acceptance of love. Hopefully something that, you know, does complement you and not is codependent or sort of parasitic, but that you remain you, they remain them, and it's just a nice little combo together. Either way, acceptance of love. Then you have clear endeavor, but it's reversed. By the way, this card number is 38. This is 39. Clear endeavor. It's reversed. So, an ascension, 38, 39. But this path forward, this endeavor, is not clear to you. You're not fully seeing what to do. You're seeing this more as you're blocking your abundance. You're blocking your balance. You have adventure. Like, see this as an adventure instead of something like a curse that's happening to you. You need to shift your energy. Shift your perspective. And then you have catch your breath. So you probably need to pull away. For those of you who have been pulled away too long and isolated, you probably need to do the opposite of what you're doing and start getting out there. For those of you who have been doing a whole heck of a lot of this, I know it was gossiping, but partying, a lot of drinking, drugs, partying, women, men, whatever, even overworking, I mean, whatever. Be in some quiet time alone, so that you can hear your own thoughts. Don't try to run from them. Catch your breath. Relax. You also have at the bottom of your deck, Four of Swords. Rest. Relax. Strategize. Recalibrate. Heal. Like, get yourself together so that you know how to move forward in a positive way. In a way that you're, you know, successful. And you can basically evolve. Maybe even you can start new with somebody and work together with somebody. and grow with them. And end the old cycle of whatever's been going on here and possibly for so long in your life. But absolutely start to accept love. Like, stop locking yourself down. You also have to, while you're pulled away and catching your breath and resting and relaxing, you have reflection. Reflect upon, bless, be grateful for all the beautiful times in your life. Give thanks. Many blessings you receive each day. No matter what's happening, you always have something to be grateful for. You have passion. I'm not going to read these because I don't feel like... Well, this one I feel like supposed to. Enjoy the journey of life. Be not afraid of its mysteries. Take a chance and follow your heart. You are guided and protected by Kuan Yin, goddess of mercy, compassion, and transformation. You have been wavering about proceeding with something that is dear to you. Then this is your confirmation. Just do it. And then you have opportunity. Live in the moment. Let go of the past. There's no point worrying about the future. A wonderful opportunity exists for you today. Embrace it. So, you're, going to be having, you already probably do, but you're going to be having some downtime. Please use it wisely. And don't keep, like, distracting yourself. I mean, a little bit is healthy, but take some time to yourself. Maybe even be around, like, earthy things, water, nature. Maybe even, like, if you like activities or exercise, sports, creative things, whatever. Do some of that. Get into something else. But you're really going to have some time about reflecting so you can really see things properly. There is going to be a lot of passion coming up. So, you might even have, because of this abundance of everything, and whether it's the anger, whether it's the passion to try to distract, whether it's now a lot of time on your hands, you're going to be having a lot of passion. Sexual energy is the same as creative energy. So, I would recommend during this time to go within and use this as creative energy. Finding out who you are, creating, learning different things. Love, sexual energy, passions aroused. Vital life force, kundalini. The sun, giver of life, strength, a gift, new infusion of energy, something beyond your control, and surrender. I had an energy like that one time. It was like a pre-thing to a kundalini awakening for me. And it's like I knew instinctually that that's what I was supposed to do with that energy. I mean, don't get me wrong. At first, it did have me going somewhere else with my thoughts. A whole lot of sexual energy. And that's kind of how I knew, because it brought me mostly back to things of my past when I was younger. When you're younger and you use sexual energy in a different way, where you're exploring life, you're exploring your body, or you're just exploring things. And so it was that same feeling. And I just kind of instinctually knew after a minute that I was supposed to do something different with that energy this time around, or like the second time it was coming around. And, it's fine if you have sex with it, but that there was something more that I was supposed to do with that energy. I think it's a big thing to talk to Scorpios about, because I think Scorpios, like, most of the time walk around with a lot of this energy anyways, even if they don't have a kundalini, awakening or rising or whatever. But something might even more be coming up, even more than normal. So just try to use it wisely in something that works in your favor in the long run and doesn't just squander the energy. But you are going through a transformation, and it is leading you to an opportunity. But you have to, stop worrying about what was and not staying stuck because you're scared about the future. So you're definitely in, a death and rebirth process. It's surprising that the death card actually isn't showing up. but the energy is totally here. Your energy right now, so I guess we'll say this kind of like flows more. You have connection. Connect with someone special. A loved one is a gift to treasure. So this could be you too, like this inner part of you. But there is two people there. So some type of connection may be coming through. But I do feel like it's also for a lot of you connecting to you. And then you have creativity. Like I was saying, sexual energy is also a creative energy. Delight in the mystery of your inner muse. So for a lot of you, I feel like this connection is yourself. Someone may come in and spark this part of you. So that is possible. Or this situation could anger you to the point that it rises something within you. And you've been so long with just being able to block things out that all of a sudden now you've got all these feelings coming up and you don't know what to do with them. They could be passion, or that passion could be showing itself as anger. Keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. Watch that. And then you have shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this. So, watch your anger, guys. You know, create a healthy outlet for that energy. Not this energy. A healthy outlet for that energy. But you're going to be revamping some things, making new goals. You're going to need to rest and retreat and re-look at your thinking and your intent, your relationships around you, what you want to achieve, what you're aware of. And just kind of release, wait, love, like you're being guided. You're going to be guided back to wholeness again. So don't be like, oh, it's all over, blah, blah, blah. Now, your perspective also comes into play here. So it may not ever come back, or more than likely, it's just going to take you longer to get there if you don't kind of just chill and relax. You have the Venus with cherubs. So either some love is coming in, or something is going to look a lot like love. And kind of, you know, trick you. But you also have the Tiki Mermaid, and this is about like something kind of like a volcano, like something erupting, coming up. You're not going to be able to hold in, see the volcano in the back? You're not going to be able to hold in your emotions much longer. Maybe some of you even feel like you were tricked in the department of love or in something in your life. Or you're blocking yourself off from true love, and something's going to happen, and it's probably this Uranus energy with this Tiki Mermaid where you're not going to be able to do that anymore. What was this one? A lot of turtles are coming up too, so very much needing to ground yourself. Some of you may be recognized for something. Your hard work will eventually be recognized. However, don't be discouraged if, and you know, this kind of goes along with this gossiping card. If for a little while, your efforts do go unnoticed, or you don't get the recognition you think that you deserve. It is part of this transition process. Let that not be something that's important to you. You may even be becoming angry right now because you feel like your efforts are not being recognized or appreciated, or, you know, like validated. That you're putting in a lot of work over here for something. Maybe you're putting in a lot of work even with this person, like possibly the Sagittarius. And it's either is a true love or it's not what it seems to be. And you're not really being appreciated. Your hard work is not being appreciated and paid off. I don't know how long you've been doing it. And you're about to blow a lid. this other person or situation, for one, I think the universe is watching you. They're like, all right, Scorpio, you need to get on your game. They're assisting you with clearing out this cycle, because this triumph of Galatea or whatever is about somebody watching you and feeling like you've been slacking off too long and not really taking responsibility and doing what you should be doing. So this could also be the universe, and they're coming in to assist you with this because you're kind of like shutting down and it's not good for you, and the universe is like, okay, well, I got something for you, watch this. But this could also possibly be this person or somebody around you that they're accusing you of not doing what you should be doing, and that you're slacking off, and like they're getting tired of it, and they've been watching you, or maybe even being a little bit too controlling over you, or vice versa. Apply this as necessary. And you feel like you've actually been working really hard, and your efforts are going unnoticed, unappreciated, and not validated, and you're getting really, really angry. You also have the trilobites, which is telling you that things may not go exactly the way you plan, or may take longer to come to fruition than you planned. So either maybe if you screwed up, you may have to actually work out this longer and not be kind of entitled and be like, no, it's going to take you a little bit longer to work this off than you think. Or this whole healing period you're going through, have patience through it. It is getting you where you need to go. But you kind of just have to relax through it. That this kind of downtime that you're having or going to have is going to be beneficial to you, so that you can see things more clearly. Like this reflection card. What is going on? What has been going on? What part of you played in this? What part of someone else played in this? What actions have contributed to this? What things led to this happening? What would you do differently? Let me see if I'm missing something. Yeah. And then I'll read this one. And so then that leads, I think, to like the jeweled octopus. So I do think possibly this is you. I also think it might be somebody and how they're reacting to you. It says, look beneath the surface. Be careful, my friend. Not everyone is as they seem. Not all that glitters is gold, nor is every bright bauble the priceless treasure it at first appears. You may have recently encountered someone charming whose flashy facade draws people in, but remember that is all that it is, a facade. You must look beneath the surface to see the true value of a person, and like the jeweled octopus, your new acquaintance might be hiding behind a dazzling disguise. It also is, do not be afraid to trust. Past experiences have made you wary, but take care not to let reasonable hesitation turn into paranoia and unwarranted mistrust. There are many honest people in the world, ones who can be taken at face value, and it is in your best interest to give them the benefit of the doubt. So this person might also have a problem trusting you. So for some of you that you might have messed up and you're trying to work it off, you're not getting credit for your actions. And they're having a hard time learning to trust you. And, you know, they're kind of in a paranoid state, or just judging, watching your every move. Like you're just not being given the credit. So there does have to be a balance. You do have to be willing to work that off if you did mess up, but they do also have to be willing to let stuff go if that's what they're going to choose to do within reason of you working with them. I think usually depending on how much you did or how long you've been together, there should at least be a year or two max on that, especially if you've been working it off and good that whole time and build that trust. But either way, this might also be you with people around you. Where maybe you're even waiting on something new to come in with somebody else who's not as they seem. Or some of you are ending this situation and you've got somebody coming in who, again, is not as they seem. And it's like that last bit around to teach you your lesson that you thought you had learned, but you didn't. And it's asking you to know it's not always going to go that way. Don't completely shut down or lose hope. And if this has already happened where this other person came in and you've just completely lost hope, it's asking you not to. You have to understand that something you didn't see led that to you. But some of you really are really trying to make something work, and you've been working really hard and feeling like you're not getting the pat on the back that you deserve. And they're just totally not trusting you, and they're overwatching you and being over controlling, and you're about to explode. Because you've been trying to heal this situation. And I'm not sure if you eventually just get to a point where you're like, there's too much water under the bridge. It just needs to be done. Or they think that. So again, here's your storm warning. These are your energies. Storm warning. Walking away. Calling it quits. You have a lot of somebody calling it quits. Envy. Somebody wants something they don't have. Or maybe you realize what I want is not here. It is very clear now. Maybe you decided to get your stuff straight or try to and actually do it right. And there was just too much burned and too much ruined. Or that person just couldn't find a way to heal themselves. And so even though you've been trying to have strength during this situation, through this connection, there's a lot of hostilities. It's not good. It's not good energies, and you feel stuck and bound. Also, some of you, a lot of stuff happens. You walk away. You decide there's something else you want, or whatever you want is not here. And you're having to really have a level of strength to move forward with another loving connection. You're finding that there's blocks and hostilities and resentments in you, and you're stuck because of it. So, I guess we'll read your animal spirit cards, which so many wanted to talk. And then we'll do your lesson cards. Oh, and you also have two, you have Love is Strange. This is about somebody coming into your life and igniting some emotions in you that you haven't seen in a really long time. So, like I said, this could be this situation reigniting a level of passion, and you're possibly seeing it as anger and frustration. This could be you get out of this situation and somebody else comes in and you're blocked off from it, or at least you thought they were, and somehow they come in. And they're either meant to be something that helps heal you, or they're supposed to be something that's your last thing to get the lesson that you didn't see before. It could be even a part of yourself that you forgot. But literally some of you, Some of you, your lessons are done, and it's either going to be yourself or it's going to be somebody that it is more of a stable connection and somebody that you can really open up and be vulnerable with. Some people, they are coming in to teach you a lesson. That's what this is. The power of 3 is if you've already had something, a lesson 3 times, it doesn't really matter, but it's done. And if you haven't, the 3rd time's coming and then it will be done. Like the lesson kind of thing. And then you have calm amid chaos. So I think this one I did want to read you guys. It says, this is a time of upheaval and great change, but if you tune into that deep inner voice and follow your radar you have built into your very cells, you will find your way home through all this chaos and wreckage. The old world is gone. The new world is yet to be found. The journey will continue for some time, but trust, and follow the compass of your inner guidance. Listen, check in with your wisdom, and then go in that direction. You are more adaptable, more flexible, more able to survive than you know. Interest in the lands of Lemuria and Atlantis and memories of these lands may be resurfacing. Yeah, somebody or someone might even happen and cause a type of awakening or a type of like soul retrieval or something. Or at the very least, like something with your heart chakra. So your animal spirit cards, you have beaver, you have fish, and you have spider. Lion really wanted to come out. I saw it and I was like, oh, it wants to come out, but I shuffled the deck. It didn't come out, but as soon as I opened the book, I opened to the lion page. So I was like, okay, lion wants to come out. So I do believe in a lot of ways this is like your energy. And I think it's what it's leading you back to, as well as the spider. It's almost like these cards progress. So I'm going to read them real quick. So you have lion, patient, regal, a complete master. The lion is the master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dictates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their word and action. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us of self-mastery, that self-mastery is available to all no matter where our quest begins. So I really feel in a lot of ways that was like a Scorpio energy. When in balance, it's the epitome of peace and strength. When out of balance, it's withdrawn and too serious. To bring into balance, daily meditation and friendship. And a lion is very much about, even you have the angel of strength here too. So like the strength card, but it's very much about like the heart center and courage. But heart. So then you have beaver. Let's check out beaver. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, family trust. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. This good-natured and dependable creatures, have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of earth element, providing a home and financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, selfless service. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless, worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor, selfless service. So I feel like you have been working really hard on something. Whether it's to make this up to this person or situation, whether it's work to make the situation work. In some way, whatever you do, you try. Like in some way, you've been trying. You have been trying. and trying to keep stuff together and provide in the way that, like, you see. And it's not really being acknowledged or appreciated. You have fish. Restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing phases it more than movement. Movement and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to wariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When in balance, adaptable travels well. When out of balance, distracted and changes their mind often. To bring into balance, set small goals and accomplish. Set a small goal and accomplish. So I feel like you've been working really going, but it's not really what's in your passion, and it's not really part of your goal, and it's like you're just like you're just in a fearful way trying to hold on to this. Feeling lost, but you're just almost on autopilot, like must work, must keep, must work, must keep, must just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. It will work, it will work. And all the while you keep doing that and ignoring yourself, you just keep losing yourself more and more. And then you have Spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work. Dharma. The spider is an indigenous creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around them, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. So it's like you've been aimlessly working really hard and not working from your soul and your creativity, and that's why it's been draining the crap out of you. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. Okay, so we've got 2 more cards, and then we're done. I don't know if I'm going to read both of these, but I'll go over them real quick. So you have the 6 of wands or spirals as your main one. So this is also very much about victory, success, a fulfillment card. Physical, psychological, spiritual healing. Thanksgiving for wishes previously granted. A ritualized approach harmonizes intentions with emotions, which is important to manifestation. You haven't had something that your heart's been in. You've been working just aimlessly. Any sincere ritual accomplishes just as much and serves to power wish fulfillment. Simply imagining the emotional fulfillment your wish will bring you. What the heck? Simply imagining the emotional fulfillment your wish will bring, you will. Any sincere ritual accomplishes just as much and serves to power wish fulfillment. Simply imagining the emotional fulfillment your wish will bring, you will itself power manifestation. Jesus. In readings, this 6 of spirals not only invites you to make a wish, but reminds you to ritualize your wish-making process. It might also allude to a transition that for now needs to remain hidden in order to ripen. The dual symbolism of the full moon and the hawthorn tree, which makes way for new spiritual growth by shedding leaves, pointing to an upcoming transition. Full moons provide the perfect opportunity to bid farewell to energies that no longer serve you and may now be significant barriers to spiritual progress and manifestation. Manifesting on the 6 of spirals illuminates such energy patterns that have outlived their usefulness, so you can ceremoniously release them and move on. The 6 of spirals asks you to draw down the awesome energy of the moon and petition it to shine healing energy and the pink light of unconditional love on those that the most in need. The moon is a symbol of the great mother goddess who hopes all good things for you. And then you have the devil card. False personas. Unresolved issues will prevent us from being comfortable in our own skin. One can't, or at least shouldn't, go through life habitually being untrue to their nature, lest a false persona rise up and assert dominance. Owning dark issues lodged in the shadow is crucial to spiritual and physical well-being. We all have a dark side. It's a part of human nature. Most of us manage to get on with a well-managed, small-scale Jekyll and Hyde duality, but to attain enlightenment, we must recognize and integrate into consciousness, awareness, darker aspects of who we really are. Self-acceptance begins by accepting our dark side and dredging up dross, the rotting pain and poison of unforgiveness, regret, and internalized conflict. When we learn how to forgive and embrace ourselves, we can sustain positive relationships that includes forgiving yourself. Once the shadow is integrated, we automatically will stop projecting its dark side onto other people, since they're no longer a valid reason to deny its existence. It's about self-acceptance. Introspection, the shining light that exposes the shadow's favorite hiding spaces. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Which means you also won't need your your shell anymore. Which I think some of you is going to be like, no. But either way, that's enough for now. I don't know how many of you guys are even hanging on with this, but I hope this really helped you. I love you guys. Hang in there, really. Let go, like honestly, surrender. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, especially comment. You might as well get a chance for a free reading. Don't forget about the specials. Just thank you so much for everything, and for those of you guys being here, walking this journey with me, letting me walk this journey with you. Keep going. You know, there are some rough energies ahead, but it's leading to something that you wouldn't have even been able to create in your own mind. That's going to bring you so much more emotional fulfillment. I understand and I feel your pain. A lot of Tauruses have been going through a lot of this stuff. So just know that you're not alone. I don't think that really helps you. Most Scorpios, it doesn't. But just roll with it is all I can really say. You'll figure it out and it will get better. So don't let your mind get too down or too dark about this. Okay. I love you guys. I hope all is well. And on the bottom of the deck, you have Phoenix, by the way. So here you are showing up. This is your death and rebirth. This is you coming back from the ashes. So hang in there. Ask for help if you need it. But watch your perspective. I love you guys. I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.